Welcome to the second of our required practical experiments. Today we're going to be looking at the required practical for thermal insulation. These sheets are available to download from my tes.com shop. Web address is on the screen now. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be investigating the effect of different insulators on the cooling rate of water. The equipment that we require for this is a stop clock, a measuring cylinder, a thermometer, a kettle, and some pre-prepared beakers with sawdust, polystyrene beads and newspaper as our insulators. These pre-prepared beakers have got a small beaker inside with sawdust packed around inside a large beaker. You also need a cardboard lid to reduce the heat loss from the top of the beaker. What we're going to do is we're going to put a measured amount of water into each of the beakers and then measure the temperature over a period of 20 minutes. With our kettle boiled, we measure out 100 millilitres of water into each measuring cylinder. This is to ensure that we can compare our results. The instructions in the sheet say 80 ml. So long as you've got the same amount of water in each beaker, it doesn't much matter. We place our 3 cardboard lids on, take our thermometers, place them in. We need to take our starting temperature, allowing time for the thermometers to get up to the temperature of the water. So our starting temperature for all 3 beakers is 77 degrees. We record that in our pre-prepared results table. We've started our stop clock and we take the temperature every 5 minutes for 20 minutes. As the time approaches 5 minutes, get ready to take the temperature and note it down. Sawdust is 67, polystyrene 70 and newspaper 70. And there we have our completed set of results. We can now plot a graph of these results with temperature on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. As in required practical 1, we need to choose a suitable scale. Time will obviously be going from 0 to 20 and temperature from 0 to 80. Now we have our axes, we can plot our results. There we have the results for the newspaper. We add a line of best fit. Notice we turn the graph paper around to enable us to draw this easily because it is a cooling curve. Next we plot polystyrene and sawdust. From here we can see that our best insulator is the polystyrene and there's not a lot to choose between the sawdust and the newspaper. For the second part of the practical, we're going to investigate the effect of different thicknesses of insulation. So I have a range of beakers with 0 layers of bubble wrap, 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers, and you've guessed it, 5 layers. What we're going to do, we're going to put the same amount of water in each beaker to allow us to compare our results, and then we're going to measure the temperature every 5 minutes for 20 minutes. That will then enable us to plot a cooling curve. Here we have our beakers ready for the water, plus our results table ready to record our results. So, having boiled our kettle, we now pour out 100 ml of water for each beaker. Put it into the beakers. Add our lids and our thermometers, already pre-warmed, and start our stop clock. And there's a completed set of results for bubble wrap, corrugated cardboard and newspaper. You can now plot a graph for each of these. So, there we have it. Those are the results for required practical number 2, thermal insulation. You can now plot a graph of your results and work out which is the best insulator and how many layers of insulation make it the best. Don't forget, you can download the instructions from my tes.com web shop. Web address is appearing on the screen now. Also, keep an eye out for more required practicals coming up soon. Please leave your comments in the section below. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck with your GCSEs.